Hey there guys and gals, this is Chris with Ignited by Nature and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited because we're going to be diving into the Swarovski Optik 12 by 42 NL Pure binoculars, a powerhouse of optical performance, clarity, and precision. With an impressive 12 power magnification, a wide field of view, and Swarovski's renowned glass quality, these binoculars are made for long distance viewing. Whether you're glassing for game at a distance or enjoying expansive landscapes, the NL Pure 12 by 42s are designed to bring the details to life. Let's take a closer look at them. To start off, let's talk about the field of view of these binoculars. The NL Pure 12 by 42 binoculars have an angular field of view of 6.5 degrees at 1,000 yards and a linear field of view of 339 feet at 1,000 yards. Lastly, I also did want to mention that the apparent field of view is 71 degrees, and anything above 70 is absolutely phenomenal. And the apparent field of view is the magnified angle that you're looking at through the binoculars. You can actually calculate the apparent field of view by multiplying the magnification by the angular field of view. So basically what this all boils down to with these binoculars is that you're getting 10 power field of view in a 12 power binocular, and this can be very helpful when you're glassing large landscapes or you're tracking moving targets like an animal in the distance. They're just really awesome for that. The 42 millimeter lenses and the 3.5 millimeter exit pupil of these binoculars bring in plenty of light, providing for clear, bright images even in low light conditions. The eye relief on the 12 by 42 NL Pures is 18 millimeters. This is a very generous eye relief, and it's great for people who wear eyeglasses. Typically, when you wear eyeglasses, you want at least 16 to 20 millimeters of eye relief. You might be able to get away with 15, but 16 to 20 is very comfortable. So that 18 millimeters of eye relief provided by the Swarovski NL Pure 12 by 42s is excellent. And it also helps for general purpose users who don't wear eyeglasses. A generous eye relief is going to allow you to stay behind the glass longer, and it's just going to be a more comfortable viewing experience overall. And despite the power of these binoculars, they are relatively lightweight, weighing in at 31 ounces, making them easy to carry with you on any outing. Now, also keep in mind that if you were to keep the eye cups and also the FRP headrest with you out in the field, it adds an additional 2 ounces, so the total weight of these binoculars is 33 ounces. One of the standout features of the NL Pure series is the ergonomics. Swarovski designed these binoculars to feel incredibly natural in your hands with a slim profile and a well-balanced weight distribution. In fact, when you hold these binoculars in your hands, the hourglass shape makes you feel like you're holding a well-proportioned woman. The FRP headrest, which is an optional accessory and an additional $170, adds stability when you're glassing at long distance and also reduces hand fatigue and wobble when you're zoomed in at 12 power. With 12 power magnification, these binoculars are meant for long range glassing and glassing at distance. These binoculars allow you to pull in incredible detail, whether you're spotting deer bedded across the valley or glassing goats at a distant ridgeline. I find that the wide field of view and the 12 power magnification work great when you're glassing from the road or you're perched up on a vantage point overlooking miles of country. The fact that these binoculars are 12 power means that they work best on a tripod, so I want to go ahead and talk about that real quick. Let me grab my tripod. Okay, so I have my tripod in hand. This is a Peak Design everyday tripod. It's one of my go-to tripods. There's a carbon edition, and then there's also a regular aluminum edition. This is the aluminum. I also have the carbon that I backpack with, but when I'm filming, I use this in the shop. So it's a great little tool to have around. And then with that, I'm also going to need my SLC adapter. Now, Swarovski did make a NL Pure adapter and a new stud, but I didn't have that when these came out, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the SLC adapter. Okay, so I got the SLC Bino adapter. I'll go ahead and click that in and lock it down. Make sure that's in there tight. And then we'll go ahead and just put these 12 by 42 NL Pures and lock it down. And now I'm ready to go. So this is how I prefer to glass with the NL Pure 12 by 42s. And it just gives you a nice stable image. Now with that FRP4 headrest that I mentioned earlier, you can go ahead and handhold glass and it's kind of stable, but I find that when you use these binoculars and you're just hand holding them and you are tracking a subject, if you kind of wobble a little bit, you might lose that subject pretty quickly and you'll have to refine it. Now, if you did buy these binoculars recently or you're going to purchase them, the new NL Pure 12 by 42s and all NL Pures will come with a stud that Swarovski provides. Before, Swarovski didn't provide it, so I had an aftermarket stud, and there's a couple different companies that make them for the older models if you're buying an older model. But if you're buying the newer model, it will come with that stud, and then you have to buy the NL Pure adapter. This is the SLC adapter. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if the new NL Pure adapter is more expensive, but I'll go ahead and throw a link to the NL Pure adapter and the SLC adapter below, and I'll put the price of the SLC adapter here and the price of the NL Pure adapter right here. So honestly, if you're going to go with 12s, I would highly recommend that you use a tripod and get the stud and the adapter, and it'll just make glassing a lot better when you're out in the field. Swarovski's legendary Swaro Bright and Swaro Top lens coatings ensure that the colors are vibrant and true to life with incredible clarity from edge to edge. The field flattening lenses mean that you won't experience any distortion even at the very edges of the image. Whether you're glassing during bright sunlight or during the golden hours of dawn and dusk, you can ensure that the image quality is always going to be outstanding with these binoculars. And with a twilight factor of 22.4, these binoculars provide vivid detail even when the light around you begins to darken with the fading sun. Keep in mind that the twilight factor is a theoretical number that focuses in on magnification and detail rather than overall image brightness. As we all know, precision is key when focusing in on an object, especially with 12 power magnification, and the buttery smooth focus wheel allows for quick and accurate adjustments to keep your image in sharp focus. If we go ahead and pop these binoculars off the adapter and flip them over, you'll see the adapter adjustment, which is +or-4, and allows you to adjust for your specific vision and ensures that your image is sharp and clear in any situation. Additionally, a 5 diopter at infinity setting means that these binoculars can focus in at distant objects at a 5 diopter rating, and basically that means that these binoculars do very well at focusing in at distant objects. The overall build quality of these binoculars is amazing. Swarovski really built them to last. The magnesium alloy housing makes them both lightweight and highly durable, and the single bridge compact roof prism design makes them easy to handle. The rubber armor makes them able to withstand the bumps and drops of heavy field use and ensures a firm grip even when wet. So to my left here, I went and grabbed a marsupial bino harness, and this is a medium bino harness. So stay with me. I'm just going to put this on real quick. In front of me, I have a medium-sized marsupial bino harness. I also have my rangefinder pouch right here, and then I have an extra little zip pocket, and I usually carry my SLC adapter for the binoculars. And then in here, you'll find the main compartment where you store the binos. So as you can see, these 12 by 42s or the 8 by 42s or the 10 by 42s will fit nicely in here, even with the FRP headrest. And when you first get the bino harness, if you're going with marsupial, you'll have to break this in. It will be kind of tight at first, and this won't lock as easily. But once you break it in, it fits over very nicely. So there's just a little bit of a break-in period if you're using this size. But I find that the medium size, at least with marsupial, fits these 12 by 42s. Alrighty then. So I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to cover. Let's go ahead and take this bino harness off and talk about the pros and cons of the 12 by 42 NL Pures. Stay with me. First off, The 12 power magnification is great for long range observation, and it lets you see those distant details. They also have a field of view of 339 feet at 1,000 yards, which is best in class for a 12 by 42 binocular. They also have incredible clarity and edge-to-edge sharpness thanks to field flattening lenses. The top-notch coatings on these binoculars also provide for bright, clear images even in low light settings. And lastly, the smooth focus wheel allows for quick and easy adjustments, and the hourglass shape along with the 18 millimeters of eye relief makes these a joy to handle out in the field. Okay, so now that we've gone over some of the pros, let's talk about some of the cons. First off, let's talk about the magnification. The 12 power magnification is great for long range observation, but it also makes them harder to handhold. I find that when you're glassing at objects at a distance, there's a lot of shake and wobble. So if you don't have the FRP headrest for extra support, I find that, it's really hard to stay on a subject without some kind of tripod or something to stabilize the binocular. So just keep that in mind. That is definitely a con. And then another con of these binoculars would be that the accessories for the binoculars are expensive. I mentioned the FRP headrest. This costs $170, and it's an additional cost on top of the binoculars. And then since we're talking about the price of accessories, I'll also bring up the cost of these binoculars. These binoculars do cost $3,049. That's what I've seen them for retail. Might be able to get them a little cheaper, but they aren't for the everyday user. These are definitely binoculars for hardcore hunters, serious bird watchers, or hardcore nature enthusiasts. Another con specifically for the NL Pure 12 by 42s would be their performance in low light. They're super good still for a 12 by 42 binocular, but compared to the 8s and the 10s, you don't get as good of low light performance, and that's because the exit pupil is smaller, so it's letting less light in, and then your image is going to be darker. But the caveat to that is even though the image is darker, you're still going to get more detail out of these binoculars. So you're probably going to be able to spot, a bedded deer a lot easier with the 12s than an 8, but that's at distance. So anything inside a mile, I think 8s or 10s are going to be fine. Once you get past a mile, I think that's where these really shine. Another con that I wanted to mention, and it's something that probably can be fixed, I'll probably just have to contact Swarovski, but the eye cups tend to lock up. So as you see right there, I'm trying to actually move them up and down, and they actually disconnect. And so you kind of have to twist them back and forth sometimes, and it can be a pain every once in a while to have to deal with that. But overall, I like that you have different levels of adjustment, but I did want to mention that as a con. And then lastly, another con would be that to really use these binoculars effectively, you need a tripod. So that just adds an extra cost. For a good tripod, you're looking at anywhere between $300 and $1,500, depending on how much you want to spend. But I would say on average, a good lightweight tripod that you can pack with you is going to be around $600. To sum it all up, the Swarovski 12 by 42 NL Pure binoculars offer incredible optical performance and are perfect for long-range glassing at distances over a mile. They provide sharp, clear images with a wide field of view and handle low light situations beautifully. While they may come with a premium price tag, you're really getting top-notch optics that are built to last for a lifetime. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay connected to the wild. If you found this video useful, hit that like button and subscribe for more gear reviews and outdoor adventures. Also, if you found this video useful and you'd like to leave a comment, do so below. I'd love to hear your feedback and to read about what you're using for binoculars these days. Once again, my name is Chris with Ignited by Nature, and until next time, guys and gals.